For April the 10th, this is our daily and weekly bullish and bearish breaks. Take a look at those today and discuss the markets. Well, we started out the day with that nice gap up, little 10 or 15 minute pullback, and then a surprisingly pretty bullish market for quite some time today. This was our Dow. We ended up with the inside day, and the wick indicates, of course, the big pullback toward the end of the day. The SPY looks pretty much the same, and the SP 500, no particular levels really threatened. This was a trend line I had drawn on the peaks prior to that gap up a few days ago. I would have rather closed above that trend line. I left it on the chart. We kind of watch it. Now I'm going to re-alert it for tomorrow. If we gap down, we need to hold the 200. That's still a pretty big deal. And we still got a lot of chopping and grinding to do. There's nothing still really predictable about the market. So you're still kind of stuck in a day trading, or no more than 1 or 2 days. I'd be hard felt to want to hold a stock overnight right now if I just bought it today. This is our AD lines, a little bit bigger picture here. The gap up, you can see that pullback lines up with about 940. And I really was surprised when we got right here and started this pullback that we didn't continue down. Market was pretty resilient, got back up above that. The next level over is this chart, and this was where we got that final pullback right here, was right in here. And then we got this going back to the green side and got a pretty good run there till very late afternoon, a little after 2 if I remember right. And then my shorter term is here, and when this rolled over right here is when this started down. I believe that was just after 2 o'clock. I actually went and took a break right here. The market was had gone up so much, and we'd had a fair amount of stocks had ran a fairly long way, and I really didn't want to chase anything up here. The market was so strong I didn't want to short anything, so I put in the trade room right, those feelings, as well as it may change in an hour. I went and took me a 30-minute nap, got me something to eat, and came back. And that was along in here when I came back, and when it started to pull back right here, I was already stalking Netflix, Nvidia, PANW. I put out on a short list last night. I actually tweeted that one out 10 o'clock last night. It's when this went out to begin with. This is I retweeted it this afternoon, but I put this out last night, end of the day chart. The PANW is on my short watch, so I was watching it because he's actually triggered a short at the open. And then as the day went on, this is what PANW did at 9:41 this morning, triggered a short at 193. So I've been watching it all day too. So that's where I went when it was time to get short, was Netflix, Nvidia, PANW. WDC gave a fair trade, and then got a little red hat late in the day, RHT. This was a look at how Netflix was kind of setting up here. A little after 1, it kind of was giving negative sentiment, and so I was watching this moving along here. It was chopping back and forth, and this is a pretty big time frame chart, a 50 factor. And so that's when the market weakness came in. I stepped into the trade, got out down in here, and then on the bounce, the market gave a little tiny bounce there, and then came right back down. And I'd actually put back in the trade room that the AD lines went green for a minute, and as soon as they go back red, get short again. And so I just went right back where I left off with Netflix, Nvidia, PANW again. I actually don't think I actually stopped out of PANW at all. And that was this one little spot right here. When the SPY came up, still stayed red zone on my chart. AD lines ticked up. Netflix moved so fast I didn't want to give back my profit, so that's why I got out of 2 of those trades. And just as soon as this crossed back down and turned this red, the SPY rejected this red zone line like it's supposed to, I went right back short, and then we got the much bigger sell-off. So nothing real particular about the charts today on the market overall. It's just still chopping, and different things keep driving it. The futures were going up last night through the night, and we had a gap up this morning, and really had a pretty strong day going. I think they said FBI raided Trump's lawyer or something is what made it sell off. May or may not be. I have no idea. I just know you're supposed to react to what you see, and I sat there patiently most of the day, and when I finally decided mid-afternoon there was no more longs I wanted to take, this presented itself and ended up being the highly profitable part of the day. Go ahead and take a look and see what we got here on the bears. We only had 4 show up on the weekly today, moving into the bear zone. The bull zone, we only had 1. That was a big gap up on a buyout. A few daily bears showed up today by day's end, and a few daily bulls. ABO had a nice $2.50 day, a little $15 stop. Once had a big day here, big monster day on Once. I didn't even see this anytime during the day. Of course, I don't look like I missed anything as far as a day trade, because most of that action took place at the open. This stock still was up today, real choppy through the day. I didn't never look at that. It had that crazy move on Friday. PSX and VLO, I'm sorry, Valero. And we'll take a look at those recaps and see if there's anything there that can really get our attention. It's our new shorter format video. You don't even need to watch the last 15 minutes. Those are tutorials on the recap sheets and the charts. If you need the tutorial on the charts or about what the graphs mean in the recap with the yellow and red and green lines on the watch list, go over to 9 minutes before the end of this video, and there's a complete tutorial about the recap grids and about the charts. That's the last part of the video. That's where you'll find the subscribe window, and right after that is where the tutorials are. It's the last 9 minutes of the video. If you're already familiar with that, you don't need to watch when you get to that point. And that's where this subscribe screen will appear right before the tutorial. Be sure to watch our new video series, Swing Trading Watch List, Calls in Action, with charts right off our STS Pivot System charting package. Many charts as they progress through the factors, and you'll be able to pick up on some trades many days ahead of what the bull and bear zone breaks show on the swing trade list. You'll see charts like this that triggered a short back on the 19th and gave this retracement alert that we traded today on the 21st, with the price to re-enter the trade right on the chart, red zone retracement. You'll find out more about that right after the recap grids. We got a section there we're going to tell you about that. Don't forget the bull zone and bear zone breaks. We're looking for stocks that are consolidating, and you're not going to find much of that in this market we have right now. What you will find is some that are picking up momentum in one direction or the other. So these are not times to be entering into swing trades, although you may find something that's pretty interesting and it continues up the next day. In the recaps here, we have the 5 days in arrears. We do look at 5,000 different stocks, so there was nothing on Friday, but you had some from Thursday that continued up today in VLO, PSX, some of that energy sector stuff. You can find out what the yellow and green lines and green checks means at the end of the video. There's a tutorial several minutes long that tell you all about the charts and so forth. And then here at the end, you can pause the video and get a good look at the watch list here. And even in a a market like we had, you find these stocks that continue to move up. Now, cake was a red day today, but you can see it showed up 4 days ago and then had 2 nice big days behind it. Really didn't care what was going on in the market. Take a look at those bears and see what we have there, and we'll get wrapped up. This video is being brought to you by STS Pivot System Charting Package for day traders, swing traders, and option traders. Easy to follow charts and scanners, trigger prices right on the charts, on the setups. We teach 2 trades long and 2 trades short. That's all. It's that simple. Just like you see on this chart, the trigger price for this trade was in the corner over here from this point on, with this price posted, not to take it up here, and it did not trigger, but it wasn't posted as a trigger anyway. Came back. This is a classic, beautiful setup. Breaks right here. 167.26 was our trigger price. And we developed these same lines where you can overlay them on your shorter term charts. This is a 2-minute. By not taking that trade early when it went up here to 167.11, you avoided this 30-something minute pause here. It's not quite 30, about 15 minutes. This was a 60-something cent pullback by waiting on our trigger price to get in the trade here. And we were predicting that trigger price. This didn't go green until this happened. You have that up arrow where we're showing the price to go long at, and as soon as it triggers, it immediately gives a go short because it's so close to flipping back over. So that's exactly where it occurred, was right here. And that is how simple that package is to use. Trigger prices right on your charts. Got a 7-day free trial offer, 10-day money back guarantee. Once you get this set up, it's $69 a month. And we're extending as a courtesy, if you take this package, full access to the website, including the trade room if you want to come in and out of there as well. It's not part of the charting package, but it's an offer we're letting you come in if you want to. And I mentioned this in a video about a week ago that we were going to do this. Any previous member to Day Trader Setups from day one ever paid $1 to us, this $69 fee is waived. You can come in and try the 7-day trial, no outlay of cash whatsoever. If you decide you want to go with this package, then you can sign up. Keep in mind that the bull and bear breaks is not really what we show you on the STS Pivot System. These charts are part of our charting package on the STS Pivot System, but what I did include in that package is the bull and bear breaks. We've been doing that for over a year, and so many people ask about the bull and bear breaks, so I did include the ability to scan for the bull and bear breaks in that package. You can scan it on a daily, weekly chart. You can scan it on intraday charts. It's a great way to find some stocks that are moving intraday on the bull and the bear zones, 15-minute, 30-minute, 60-minute charts, and so forth. I actually like to take my pivot system, use my trending system, and take my uptrending chart and then scan for a 15 and 30-minute bull and bear break against only the stocks that are uptrending. I want to be a bull break on an uptrending stock. That way you can find those stocks that are already uptrending for multiple days as they break out of those afternoon bases the next morning. So that is incorporated in the charting package, but you can use either part or all together, ever how you choose to. And also all the green and pink lines that you see on my charts for support and resistance lines are available in that package too. Everything you see me talk about is pretty much available to you in the package. These are our bears. We had a big bear day on Friday, 32 symbols up here, so you can see what did continue down today. See if we can get them all in one shot here. I don't think we can. And you can see what's still maintaining a bear day. Not much, some of them more than others. Staying in the bear zone, not with momentum. The yellow is your momentum. Fang continued down pretty strong today. Followed after that big day on Friday, stayed in the bear zone, still selling. So a lot of these stocks did continue down with the momentum they had already built on Friday. NC actually had an up day, not nothing huge. Got some in lines drawn on that. I don't know what you can see there. LYB, another down day, below the 200 day. These are some more that continued. This market is so choppy, it's hard to tell what's going to happen. There's a few down there from 3 or 4 days ago, and I do need to pull this down where you can get a list of the rest of this list. And these were the few from 5 days ago. And everything's still a chop. You got lots of green day stocks, lots of red day stocks. This was a big update today on NKTR, big monster $10 day there. So the market's moving around. Some stocks are starting to make their own way. You can trade your own stocks. And with our pivot system charting package, you can scan any stocks you want to. It's not tied to any stock list at all. We trade a lot of high cap stocks, but you can use it on any time frame charts or any chart or stock size, ATR stocks. You can trade $3 stocks with it. You can trade $20 stocks with it, or $120 stocks with it. It doesn't matter. It works on any size stock. You can use it for swing trading. You can use it for day trading. You can use it for both. Right now is not a good time to be using it for swing trading, because you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring you. And as the option traders, I love these setups, but you really need to let this market settle down. Volatility come out of those option prices. And a good time to be watching the videos on the website and learning about the charting package, and then come in and do a 7-day trial. Thanks for watching our video. We'll see you tomorrow. Maybe we'll have something more interesting to look at. Be sure to watch our new video series, Swing Trading Watch List, Calls in Action, with charts right off the STS Pivot System charting package, where we'll be viewing some trades as they progress and reviewing the status of them, and you may can pick up some trades many days ahead of these bull and bear break, as you heard us speak about in previous videos. Be looking at STS Pivot System charts that'll show you this break right here on Facebook that occurred. Ended up being a $9 run, and then again as it got here, it gave another alert to break down here, and then it triggered here for this short for another $2 run. This is how our pivot system charting package looked early in the morning before 10 o'clock, between 9:45 and 10. This triggered at this price, and before it triggered, when you see this little box right here, it indicates that this box was present, giving you the exact trigger price of that long watch alert. This stock proceeded to go from below 165 all the way up to $173, and all along the way our pivot system charting package kept you in the trade. It never said get out. It never crossed below the line enough to turn it back red, and when it does approach these lines, we use this as well. You do not see any predictions of a reversal yet, and if you don't see the predictions as it pulls back, the trend is really still strong enough that we're going to give a retracement off of this level, and that's where this little box comes in, the trend retracement level. The entry price is right here. This stands for green zone retracement. We're in our green zone. We retrace, and when this occurs, it's when you look here for your entry price, which would give you the price here and here for these next moves up if you wanted to take intraday trades. Also notice right here at this point in time, about 1:30, as it broke down through the line, it's still saying don't go short. It's predicting the short trigger at 170.95. That's what this little box goes down. This box appears and you have a price. As that price progressed back up, it actually triggered at 121.20 to turn it into red zone. It chopped around here for a bit and then sold off, ended up being over a $2 move. As soon as this box disappears, for either it's no longer a prediction or it is triggered and turns it green to red, this line appears on the chart with the exact price that triggered this and a little trend line. You can even show this big box at the same time if you want to. You got the option to turn that on or off. So it was predicting here, it triggered way over here, and then there's your trade. By waiting on the trigger, you didn't get in early over here. These videos are also going to show you what's set up similar to this. This was breaking down at the time it gave the price in the box, as indicated by this little indicator. There was a box here. Gave you the price ahead of time. This is our favorite trade setup. We fade the green, we go back near to visit, and then we come back and trigger. We lock the retracement first. We triggered at 122.53. This ended up being about $1.50 move down. It actually went lower than this, on down below 121 before it started back up. Well, this was intraday on the 21st at 12:10 p.m. when this triggered. All this was a retracement off of this chart on the bigger factor that was setting up the swing trade setup on a 50 factor chart. This had triggered here on the 19th at 12:44, and it's still right on the chart now live because it's never switched back off from red to green. So this stays on that chart until that happens. So 121.85 was the trigger, the retracement. This was 2 days ago. Retraced the next day, and this was where it was at. On the 20th, I actually put this on watch because I'm looking for it to come back down. I had myself an alert that what was going to trigger using this price, red zone retracement, as it was sitting up here. I noted this price off the chart at that time and did myself an alert. So when my alert went off today, I go straight to the chart that we looked at on the shorter time frame. I was in a downtrend, so I was trend trading. I was trading this retracement alert, and I was aware of it. I kind of picked up on this, so you can pick up these type setups the day before that they happen. The charts interact, so the run up, the retracement on the 50 was green on the 25. You interact the two charts together, you already know you're in a downtrend on the bigger factor, and you've got to set up for continuation trade on that bigger factor, which makes this that much more stronger. You can go over to stspivotsystems.com and find out how you can subscribe to this charting system. Be sure to subscribe to our channel while you're here, and follow us on Twitter, and follow us on StockTwitch, and go over to daytradersetups.com, click on Ninja 8 charting, and you can learn more about our STS pivot system charting package. Thanks for watching. This is a tutorial on our recap sheet. What you will see here is this column here is the weekly list. It's at the beginning on the weekly bear and bull breaks, the daily bull breaks and bears, depending on which one we're looking at, and then you will have 5 days following. First day, second, third, fourth, fifth. So what's here today will be here tomorrow. We'll shift over to here, then to here, then to here. So you got 5 days you can go back and look. The price here, you got the bull zone trigger price, 36.80. This is the price of the profit since this alert. This is the net change on the stock for today. So tomorrow when this shifts over here, this number will be the same. Where we triggered it at, that number will stay in here for 4 days. The profit will be shown based on the current price of the stock in today compared to this price on the alert. Like for instance on this stock, $3.48 profit from this break based on this close price, up 92 cents today. This number is the profit at the high since we alerted it. It's the most profitable it's been. It got up to $4.27 profit, pulled back, closed at $3.48. as you go on over, like this stock here, SMTC. This was the break. This is the profit so far since the first day, $5.61 4 days later, and at the peak it was $6.31 profit. That's what these columns mean. The next part you'll find is this yellow line. It represents what I'm going to show you over here in just a moment, momentum. It can be on a bull or a bearish chart. And then trend stability, if it's green, it represents on the bulls, and the bears will show a red line for trend stability. The last part you'll want to know about, there's these check marks. They represent the bull zone as it progresses higher. Could be the same as yesterday. Down here, this could be the bull zone that's gotten higher and higher and higher as this stock went along, and it means it's still maintaining the bull zone levels. Even the new ones, it's staying above them. This is what the bear grid looks like. It looks the very same. Got the weekly, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day. So you got a chance to see the stability of the trade. You know if it was up or down today after winning a bear zone the day before. The stability, the momentum, and the bear zone level with the check mark. In the video, we will take this page and we will slide these up and down so you have a chance to pause the video and see every single stock that's in the list. Then we'll move it up where you can see these items, and you can pause the video, and then you can see every single symbol in the list. You can go to your charts and look up what's going on. So that's what's in each one of these grids. The current day, day before, day before, day before, day before. So going back 4 days, you got your weekly there. And all this is right here is something I prepare for myself. I take this day, and this day, combine them into this watch list every day, and that's what I carry forward over to my scanners. And just a quick part about what we mean by these levels changing. This is the bull zone level that the check mark represents, the stock staying above. But the bull zone level when this stock broke out was way down here. This was the first breakout, and then as it recalculated our bull zone, that's what the green check mark means, is it's maintaining momentum. The yellow line represents this line that is our minimum momentum indicator used on down or up trades, and then our bull zone levels where it first broke out. And that's all these mean. Trend stability, this is a line we use here, and we come in and we call it trend stability, and that's what this represents here. This line is solid green rather than dotted. It's something we look at on the lows of the day, not being low enough for us not to qualify it for trend stability. So that's all these columns mean. So you'll be able to refer to the strength of the stock, that is maintaining high enough lows to stay trend stable, what the profit is if you're staying above the bull zone. That's how you'll use this, and that's your tutorial on the grids. This is a mini tutorial on what the lines mean on my charts if you're a first-time viewer or been a while since you viewed. We're scanning on weekly and daily charts for my condition. When this green line is up, it's my bull zone, and when the red line is up, it's my bear zone. You need to be aware of support and resistance lines and what charts do at levels, and that's what these levels are for. Just quickly as I can do this, and we're going to put a video on YouTube getting more from your swing trading charts that'll be more detailed and look at more stocks, how they react to these lines. But the gist of what you see here is this is what I'm scanning for, and as you can see here, this showed up in the bear zone. It did go down for a few days, but these green lines are support, and that's why it fought for a few days, tried to bounce back up, headed back down again, came right back into the bull zone, a bear zone, excuse me, and continued on down. Now the lines, here's what they represent. A green line is a place that a stock went up to and rejected. So as this green line redrew itself every time we made highs right here, and then it stayed across here for reference points, continues the same line here for reference points. Resistance, when you get above it, becomes support. This green line was drawn way back in the history, and when this stock broke above this resistance level, when it came back down, it held it, it held it, it held it, it tested it and held it again and again. That was support. That's why I want you to be aware of what these lines mean, and you'll see them on my charts. And then the activity that stocks do, sometimes they go, that's my first target, that's my second target. Many times stocks go target 1, pull back a little, target 2, then they may pull all the way back to 1 and go again if they're continuing an uptrend. In this case, it did the pull back. This blue line is a 50-period moving average. This orange line is a 200. So that's what I want you to be aware of as well. And then I have a pivot system that consists of this blue line at the top, yellow line at the bottom, and my target 1 and target 2. You'll see this particular day this stock gapped down, huge gap down, open way down here. The low on this stock was 169.68. I'm getting that right out of this box over here. And the value of that yellow line was 169.67. Within 1 cent, it held that line and bounced that day for a huge bounce. It's not a support level, but it's where I look for stocks to try to hold. It's where I look, if I'm short, say from here, this is where I'm looking to get out. I'm looking to move 2 levels, target 1, target 2, going up, target 1, target 2. The pink lines all represent places the stock has gone down to and bounced. This pink line is referencing this last pivot low. So as you're selling down into it, it may bounce again. If you get below it, then it becomes resistance. And that's all these lines mean. I just want you to know what they mean going forward. Thanks for watching the video. Let's get started.